The effects of the coronavirus on the globe have been many, but the virus has also had a strange impact on time. All at once, COVID 19 seems to have massively slowed down certain aspects of life in our world and to speed up others. The latter seems to be especially true for cryptocurrency markets and the crypto industry as a whole. Indeed, the effects of the coronavirus have been a sort of stress test for the entire crypto industry. Amid days and weeks of extreme volatility, crypto trading platforms have either sank or swam as trading volumes have hit record highs. The Binance Futures platform has certainly been swimming. Since its launch less than 7 months ago, the platform has become the largest perpetual futures trading platform in the cryptocurrency space. Recently, finance magnates sat down with Binance Futures Vice President Gong, who has been leading the development and growth of Binance Futures. We asked Aaron about the platform's strategy for growth, bumps along the road, and how the coronavirus has shaped Binance Futures and the entire crypto industry. Before joining Binance, Aaron worked at CME Group, where he launched new products in the APAC region, including Bitcoin futures. He also spent time at a New York-based hedge fund and a Dutch market-making firm. I'm Rachel McIntosh, and this is the Finance Magnates Blockchain Podcast.
So first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to join us on the Finance Magnates Blockchain Podcast.
It's my pleasure.
Oh, great. Yeah, we're so happy to have you. So I know who you are, but can you tell people who might be watching this a little bit about who you are and the work that you do and how you got involved with Binance in the first place?
Okay, sure. So my name is Aaron Gong. I'm currently looking after futures business at Binance. And before I joined Binance, I was with CME for 7 years, mainly to their APAC business. I was also deeply involved in CME Bitcoin launch as well. And before that, I was working for a New York-based hedge fund and also a Dutch-based market making firm. So pretty much all the experience is in derivatives market. I just shifted from the traditional market to crypto. I joined Binance in early last year with the mandate to build Binance derivatives platform, and we've launched our product in September last year. The growth has been pretty strong, and according to various ranking sites right now, we are the largest futures trading exchange. So I'm pretty pleased by these results. I'm glad to share the story and also anything you're interested with you today.
Yeah, thank you. Well, so first of all, I want to ask you about this move that you made from the traditional financial world into cryptocurrency. What was the thing that drew you to crypto?
Okay, to be honest, I was pretty late adopter comparing to you guys probably. I was honestly pretty much skeptical when I first learned the term of Bitcoin or crypto until the time before CME was planning to launch it. So I was more deeply involved to understand what is crypto, what is Bitcoin, what is the technology involved. Then it helped me better to understand this product and the industry. And then when CME launched, we've got a tremendous success of this product since it's the first major traditional exchange launched crypto futures. And naturally, then when the opportunity was presented by Binance to build this platform together, then I just took it. I think it's a great opportunity. It's once in a lifetime.
Yeah, definitely. That's something that we've heard also from other people who've made the move from traditional financial markets. It's like this is like this one-time chance to do something.
Yeah, one-time chance, yes.
Yeah. So as you said, Binance kind of all across the board has been just exploding, especially over the last year. And yeah, the Binance Futures platform, in large part thanks to you, has kind of gone from 0 to 60 like really, really fast and become the largest perpetual futures exchange in less than 7 months. So tell us about what that was like. How did that happen in such a short time scale?
Sure. So actually, even before we launched our product, we always want to be number one. I was expecting to reach this goal in 12 or 16 months, but we made it in 7 months. So when we first launched our market share to the largest perpetual exchange back then, in the first month, the market share was at 10% of their market value. and then we reached 20% in second month, slowly moved up to 30, 40%, and when it reached 50% in early this year, I was pretty confident that we are going to be there soon and be the largest one. And then we made it actually shortly after 12th March, the Black Thursday. The entire market landscape actually changed in our favor. We've got more like growth from the more growth of the users from other exchanges, which boosted the feed to become number one. And right now, we just see very healthy, steady growth. The momentum is still strong and it's still there. It's an amazing journey.
Yeah, definitely. And, I want to ask you, like, so sort of it seems that Binance's strategy towards growth has been to sort of reach this many fingers that Binance has into like every corner of almost every market, going into new countries, exploring new technological territory. How has the sort of strategy of Binance Futures platform growth compared to the strategy of Binance's growth as a whole? Is it sort of the same philosophy, or what is unique about this?
I can give you some story. So when I first joined Binance, and CZ gave me a book. It's called Blitzscaling, and it's written by Reid Hoffman, which is the founder of LinkedIn. And I read it actually a couple of times, and it also actually helped me to get to the right direction, how to grow the business and develop the product when there was a dilemma in the past. So it also translates into many fronts of our product features. The DNA is strong from the early days of the Binance and also the entire journey of Binance Futures. When I look back, if you want to ask me what are the main reasons why the platform is growing so fast, I would say there are three major reasons. First one is our low taker fee model, right? So a lot of exchange back then was using high rebates for maker, but charging high fees for taker, right? There are a lot of exchanges that copy this model without showing their own strengths. But in contrast, this model has a very big problem, because if you give every trader the high rebates on maker, then everyone wants to be maker. But then it makes this maker volume very hard to get executed. But on contrast, we just do it in opposite ways. We charge very low taker fees, but just with also the competitive maker fees. As a result, from the first days, we've got the very first wave of the growth of this taker volume. So users, because of the low fees, low taker fees, those users actually naturally offload their taker volume to our platform, and then it drove the growth of our first foundation. And that's the first thing. And the second thing is innovation. Innovation has always been the corner of our platform, where the first exchange launched 125x, and also cross collateral, and also smart liquidation. All these features have been widely being used by our users, right? So and the last thing is the multiple pairs. We've got 24 pairs so far, and this is the largest exchange. We are one of the major exchanges offering the most pairs, and it helps us to expand the market in more horizontally perspective.
I see. What have the biggest challenges been that you've come across when you've, although that you have been very successful, I'm sure that there are some things that you've had to overcome in terms of your strategy for growth, dealing with, perhaps onboarding so many different users. What would you say the biggest challenges that you've had, and how have you overcome them?
Okay, the biggest challenge is always during the time before launch and the first 1 or 2 months post launch. So all of us work day and night and without weekends, and just stayed in the office. We often left the office till like 4 a.m. And firstly, we want to get our products launched in and make sure it's in a competitive shape. That was a pretty challenging period given a short period of time. And secondly, when launched, when we want to grow the business, things do happen, and some users are not comfortable with the concept. And I mentioned the low taker fee models, right? So I give you an example. When it was launched, we've got a lot of challenges, both internally and also externally, because a lot of external clients, they are used to the fee model from the other exchanges. They said, okay, you guys will not be successful because you are not using the right fee model, and they will not trade on our platform. And internally, and we've got feedback that okay, no one has done this before. No one is running fee model like this. It won't work. And we had a lot of debates internal as well. And fortunately, it worked quickly in the following week post our intensive debates internally. So I'm glad it worked. And this is also the main reasons we got tremendous success in the early days.
Okay. So I want to ask you a little bit more generally, beyond Binance's futures platform, but as in the crypto futures market as a whole, obviously, like the coronavirus and all of the drama that has surrounded that has had like a really profound impact on every corner of the economy. What have the effects on the futures market been from your perspective?
Okay, this year definitely is a very challenging year. It was factored in crude oil market in 1 month ago. It crashed 40% in one single day. And then all other global assets got affected as well, stock market, other commodity markets. And that I believe that was partly the reason why a crypto market crashed on 12th March, because so many guys, they have to liquidate crypto position in order to meet their margin requirements on other asset class, because normally I believe they are profitable on crypto positions. And but fortunately, quickly after that day, we've seen a healthy development in our open interest. So we've seen our open interest has been growing steadily post that. So it means the market confidence is recovering in good pace. Yeah, I think in general it's good for crypto market because once a lot of central bank are promoting quantitative easing policies, I would expect the inflation will happen on food price, on rental price. I believe the crypto market price will just respond to this change unproportionally, and also with the positive impact.
Right. So sort of beyond that, how has that the coronavirus and all of this, the economic impact that has followed, has that directly impacted the way that Binance users are interacting with the futures platform or with Binance in general? Have there been particular challenges that have been associated, with the intense movement that market moved the coronavirus?
Yeah, you talk about the intensive market movements, right? So it's really a challenge for exchange to provide a business as usual kind of operations during this extreme volatile days.
Yeah.
So it actually helped us to gain more market share because firstly, we've spent a lot of efforts to build our match engine. It can process more than 100,000 orders per second, which is the same level as Nasdaq match engine. We're pretty proud of that. And we've proven in so many times since we launched, if you remember, in last 7 months, we've got at least 5 or 6 times we had market movement more than 20% in one single days. And
Right.
but nothing is comparable to 12th March. We all survived, and we didn't have any system issues, any kind of system outages.
Mm-hmm.
So through this kind of process, this strong evidence actually gained a lot of trust and credibility from our users. Then more and more users are starting to choose our platform as the most reliable venue during these volatile days. And this factor was just being amplified after 12th March, and it's just a turning point.
Okay.
So after 12 months, then just we're seeing just more and more users just naturally coming.
Okay, fantastic. So with all the volatility and everything that's happening, have there been any concerns about market manipulation from your end of things? And if there have been, how have you been addressing them?
Yeah, so market manipulation is a global issue, not only just on crypto. So I give you an example. The flash crash on May 6th of 2010 in US Dow Jones market, right? So market was crashed more than 10% in a couple of minutes. And then a lot of clients and the users got liquidated due to this market behavior. So there are not many things we can do for this situation, even for the most mature and market and most sophisticated technically sophisticated users.
Mm-hmm.
For crypto, things just getting I would say a lot easier to get exposed for this regard. From exchange perspective, we only can ensure we provide the right risk management tools to prevent users to get affected from these unfortunate events. For example, we do use the market price as liquidation price, right, which is better than the mechanisms that was using last price. And when you choose to place your stop limit orders, you actually have choice to whether be triggered by market price or this limit price or the last price. So we offer various choice on the other types. Mm-hmm. And secondly, we do have a insurance fund to ensure the best interests of clients get protected. I give you an example. On the 12th March, our insurance fund actually got hit and lost $6 million. Mm-hmm. But with such great movement, we understand we have to quickly reject additional funds to ensure we have enough capital to protect users. So on the second day, we inject 6 million more capital from our own capital. So immediately without any doubts to make sure our users are protected.
Okay. So you've mentioned that after March 12th, and that was sort of a turning point for the Binance Futures platform, and maybe also for Binance more generally. Is that, in terms of getting new users onto the platform, do you see yourself sort of like taking existing crypto users from possibly from other platforms, or are you focusing on onboarding new users who are totally new to crypto?
Well, I think so our first wave of growth will definitely benefit from the existing users of Binance platform, right? So there's no doubts. But the second wave is definitely the growth of the users. And the signal is pretty strong, and continuously we're doing that. Not only the users from the other competitors, but the users for the entire crypto industry. We want to show leadership to the entire industry. We would like to build the right ecosystem for non-crypto traders and welcome them to embrace the crypto community, and also to get some feeling of the advantages of the crypto technology as well.
Okay. Aaron, I want to thank you so much for your time. Before we go, do you have any announcements or other thoughts that you'd like to share?
Sure. So basically, probably most of users have found we've made that number one in last month, and we've launched our options product in 1 week ago. The growth has been pretty strong. So I would like to appreciate all the supports of the community. We will continue to work hard and build new innovative products, and also bring more excitement to the community and the industry.
Okay. Aaron, thank you. Take care.